What's up? What's up, Mishpachah? What's up, Kingdom Builders? What's up, Road Trippers? Welcome back. Welcome back to the Road Trip. That's right. If you're new here, my name is Yahawah the Scribe, and I'm just here to read for you. You know what I'm saying? That's it. So shalom, right? That's right. For all my Akim and Akatim. That's my brothers and my sisters, right? Mothers, fathers, aunties, and uncles, grandmas and grandpas, everybody in the house. Shalom, shalom, peace and blessings. Peace and blessings to you, right? Your homes, your dwelling places, where you stay at, right? Where you live, right? Your loved ones, your friends, your children, and your pets, right? Little fur babies. Right? We love those little pets, man. All right. And to those, man, we give all praises to the Most High. Who? The Most High Yahawah Bahashem Yahawah Shai. That's right. Right. All praises to the overseer. Right. The overseer. Abba Yahawah. That's right. Glory. All glory to the Mashiach. HaMashiach. Our Mashiach. The high priest. The king. Our brother. First fruit. Best example. Yahawah Shai. There's only one. And honors to the Ruach HaKodesh. Wisdom. That's right. That's why you have the strength and courage that you got. The fortitude. Right? To keep walking day by day. Step by step. Hour by hour. We're in this walk. All right? We're in this faith. This is not a show. This is a lifestyle. All right? You don't pick it up and put it down. This is something you live with every day. And that's because of the Ruach dwelling within you, right? That's a gift. All right. So, anyway, all pleasantries out the way. And my love and my respect goes out to each and every single one of you, Kingdom Builders. That's right. Road Trippers. I love y'all with my whole heart. All right? Not half of it. Okay? All pleasantries out the way. We're about to get back into this book, man. We're about to get these scrolls. So, you got a few moments if you want to get yours out and read along with me, whether it's a hard copy or you're online somewhere, scrolling that blue screen. We're going to be back in the book of Jasher, right? Which is the Sefer HaYashar, right? That's right. Okay, correct. Starting at chapter 40, because we finished off on 39 on the last read, correct? Yes. So we're going to be on chapter 40, naturally, and we're going to be reading through, I don't know, because 41 is kind of long. 41's kind of, 40 is kind of long by itself. But we might be able to get 40, 41 for sure, and maybe 42. Let's see how we're feeling, right? We'll let the Most High decide, right? Let His will be done, not ours. Lean not on our own understanding. Let's just read this book and let the Ruach tell us when we're good, all right? That sounds good to me. All right, no further ado, Mishpachah and friends. Please take your seats. Ladies and gentlemen, Book of Jasher, chapter 40. Let's begin. All right, chapter 40, and it reads, And the sons of Jacob, Yaakov, led away all the spoil of Gash, and went out of the city by night. They were going out, marching toward the fortress of Beth-Chorin. And the inhabitants of Beth-Chorin were going out to the fortress to meet them. And on that night the sons of Jacob fought with the inhabitants of Beth-Chorin in the fortress of Beth-Chorin. And all the inhabitants of Beth-Chorin were mighty men. One of them would not flee from before 1,000 men. And they fought on that night upon the fortress. And their shouts were heard on that night from afar. And the earth quaked at their shouting. And all of the sons of Jacob were afraid of those men, as they were not accustomed to fight in the dark. And they were greatly confounded. And the sons of Jacob cried unto the Most High, saying, Give help to us, O Yahawah, O Most High. Deliver us, that we may not die by the hands of these uncircumcised men. And the Most High hearkened to the voice of the sons of Jacob. And the Most High caused great terror and confusion to seize the people of Beth-Chorin. And they fought among themselves, the one with the other in the darkness of the night, and smote each other in great numbers. And the sons of Jacob, Yaakov, knowing that the Most High had brought a spirit of ruach, of perverseness among those men, and that they fought each other, man with his neighbor, went out among went out from among the bands of the people of Beth Chorin, and went as far as the descent of the fortress of Beth Chorin, and farther, and they tarried there securely with their young men on that night. And the people of Beth Chorin fought the whole night, one man with his brother, and the other with his neighbor. And they cried out in every direction upon the fortress, and their cry was heard at a distance. And the whole earth shook at their voice, for they were powerful above all the people of the earth. And all the inhabitants of the cities of the Canaanites, the Hittites, the Amorites, the Hivites, and all the kings of Canaan, and also those who were on the other side of the Jordan, heard the noise of the shouting on that night. And they said, Surely these are the battles of the Hebrews, who are fighting against the 7 cities, who came nigh unto them. And who can stand against those Hebrews? Who can stand against those Hebrews? And all the inhabitants of the city of the Canaanites, and all those who were on the other side of the Jordan, were greatly afraid of the sons of Jacob. For they said, Behold, the same will be done to us as we done to those cities. For who can stand against their mighty strength? Who? And the cries of the Koranites were very great on that night, and continued to increase, and they smote each other until morning, and the numbers of them were killed. And the morning appeared, and all the sons of Jacob rose up at daybreak, and went up to the fortress, and they smote those who remained of the Koranites in a terrible manner, and they were all killed in the fortress. And the 6th day appeared, and all the inhabitants of Canaan saw at a distance all the people of Beth Chorin lying dead in the fortress of Beth Chorin, and strewed about as the carcasses of lambs and goats. And the sons of Yaakov led all the spoil which they had captured from Gash, and went to Beth Chorin, and they found the city full of people like the sand of the sea, and they fought with them. And the sons of Jacob smote them there until evening time. And the sons of Yaakov did unto Beth Chorin as they had done to Gash and Tapnach, and as they had done to Chazar and Sartan and to Shiloh. And the sons of Yaakov took with them the spoil of Beth Chorin and all the spoil of the cities, and on that day they went home to Shechem. And the sons of Yaakov came home to the city of Shechem, and they remained without the city, and they then rested there from the war, and tarried there all night. And all their servants together with all the spoil that they had taken from the cities, they left without the city, and they did not enter the city, for they said, Perhaps there may be yet more fighting against us, and they may come to besiege us in Shechem. And Yaakov and his sons and their servants remained on that night and the next day in the portion of the field which Yaakov had purchased from Hamor for 5 shekels, and all that they had captured was with them. And all the booty which the sons of Yaakov had captured was in the portion of the field immense as the sand upon the seashore. And the inhabitants of the land observed them from afar, and all the inhabitants of the land were afraid of the sons of Yaakov who had done this thing. For no king from the days of old had ever done like this to the like. And the 7 kings of the Canaanites resolved to make peace with the sons of Yaakov, for they were greatly afraid for their lives on account of the sons of Yaakov. And on that day, being the 7th day, Japhiah, king of Hebron, sent secretly to the king of Ai, and to the king of Gibeon, and to the king of Shalem, and to the king of Adullam, and to the king of Lachish, and to the king of Chazar, and to all the Canaanite kings who were under their subjection, saying, Go up with me, and come to me, that we may go to the sons of Yaakov, and I will make peace with them, and form a treaty with them, lest all your lands be destroyed by the swords of the sons of Yaakov, as they did to Shechem, and the cities around it, as you have heard and seen. And when you come to me, do not come with many men, but let every king bring his 3 head captains, and every captain bring 3 of his officers, and come all of you to Hebron, and we will go together to the sons of Yaakov, and supplicate them that they will form a treaty of peace with us. And all the kings did as the king of Hebron had sent to them, for they were all under the counsel and command of all the kings of Canaan assembled to go to the sons of Yaakov, to make peace with them. And the sons of Yaakov returned and went to the portion of the field that was in Shechem, for they did not put confidence in the kings of the land. And the sons of Yaakov returned and remained in the portion of the field 10 days, and no one came to make war with them. And when the sons of Yaakov saw that there was no appearance of war, they all assembled and went to the city of Shechem. And the sons of Yaakov remained in Shechem. And at the expiration of 40 days, all the kings of the Amorites assembled from all their places, and came to Hebron, to Japhiah, king of Hebron. And the number of the kings that came to Hebron to make peace with the sons of Yaakov was 21 kings, and the number of the captains that came with them was 69. and their men were 189, and all these kings and their men rested by Mount Hebron. 32. And the king of Hebron went out with his 3 captains and 9 men, and these kings resolved to go to the sons of Yaakov to make peace. And they said unto the king of Hebron, Go you before us with your men, and speak for us unto the sons of Yaakov, and we will come after you and confirm your words. And the king of Hebron did so. And the sons of Yaakov heard that all the kings of Canaan had gathered together and rested in Hebron. And the sons of Yaakov sent 4 of their servants as spies, saying, Go and spy on these kings, and search and examine their men, whether they are few or many. And if they are but a few in number, number them all, and come back. And the servants of Yaakov went secretly to the kings, and did as the sons of Yaakov had commanded them. And on that day they came back to the sons of Yaakov, and said unto them, We came unto those kings, and they are but few in number. And we numbered them all, and behold, there are 288 kings and men. And the sons of Yaakov said, They are but few in number, therefore we will not all go out to them. And in the morning the sons of Yaakov rose up and chose 62 of their men, and 10 of the sons of Yaakov went with them, and they girt on their weapons for war, for they said, They are coming to make war with us, for they knew not that they were coming to make peace with them. And the sons of Yaakov went with their servants to the gate of the Shechem toward those kings, and their father Yaakov was with them. He always is, man. Yaakov is already ready for war, man. I bet he had that arrow and that bow. All right, 38, and it reads, And when they had come out, behold, the king of Hebron and his 3 captains and 9 men with him were coming along the road against the sons of Yaakov. And the sons of Yaakov lifted up their eyes and saw at a distance Jasher, king of Hebron, with his captains coming toward them. And the sons of Yaakov took their stand at the place at the gate of Shechem, and did not proceed. And the king of Hebron continued to advance, he and his captains, until he came nigh to the sons of Yaakov. And he and his captains bowed down to them to the ground. And the king of Hebron sat with his captains before Yaakov and his sons. And the sons of Yaakov said unto him, What has befallen you, O king of Hebron? Why have you come to us this day? What do you require from us? And the king of Hebron said unto Yaakov, I implore you, my Adon, all the kings of the Canaanites have this day come to make peace with you. And the sons of Yaakov heard the words of the king of Hebron, and they would not consent to his proposals. For the sons of Yaakov had no faith in him, for they imagined that the king of Hebron had spoken deceitfully to them. And the king of Hebron knew from the words of the sons of Yaakov that they did not believe his words. And the king of Hebron approached nearer to Yaakov, and said unto him, I implore you, my Adon, to be assured that all these kings have come to you on peaceable terms, for they have not come with all their men, neither did they bring their weapons of war with them, for they have come to seek peace from my Adon and his sons. Please. And the sons of Yaakov answered the king of Hebron, saying, Send you to all these kings, and if you speak truth to us, let them each come singly before us. And if they come unto us unarmed, we will then know that they speak peace from us. And Jasher, king of Hebron, sent one of his men to the kings, and they all came before the sons of Yaakov, and bowed down to them to the ground. And these kings sat before Yaakov and his sons, and they spoke unto them, saying, We have heard all that you did unto the kings of the Amorites, with your sword and exceedingly mighty arm, so that no man could stand up before you. And we were afraid of you for the sake of our lives, lest it should befall us as it did to them. So we have come unto you to form a treaty of peace between us, and now therefore contract with us a covenant of peace and truth, that you will not meddle with us, inasmuch as we have not meddled with you. And the sons of Yaakov knew that they had really come to speak peace from them. And the sons of Yaakov listened to them, and formed a covenant with them. And the sons of Yaakov swore unto them that they would not meddle with them. And all the kings of the Canaanites swore also to them, and the sons of Yaakov made them tributary from that day forward. And after this, all the captains of the kings came with their men before Yaakov with presents in their hands for Yaakov and his sons, and they bowed down to him to the ground. And these kings then urged the sons of Yaakov, and begged of them to return all the spoil they had captured from the 7 cities of the Amorites. And the sons of Yaakov did so, and they returned all that they had captured, the women and little ones, the cattle and all the spoil which they had taken, and they sent them off. And they went away, each to his city. And all these kings again bowed down to the sons of Yaakov, and they sent or brought them many gifts in those days. And the sons of Yaakov sent off these kings and their men, and they went peaceably away from them to their cities. And the sons of Yaakov also returned to their home, to Shechem. And there was peace from that day forward between the sons of Yaakov and the kings of the Canaanites, until the children of Yasher came to inherit the land of Canaan. That's the end of chapter 40. All right, that's the end of 40. Hallelujah, family. Mishpachah. That's right. Let's continue, though. All right, let's get some more. All right. Chapter 41, and it reads, And at the revolution of the year, the sons of Jacob, Yaakov, journeyed from Shechem, and they came to Hebron, to their father Isaac. And they dwelt there, but the flocks and herds they fed daily in Shechem. For there was there in those days good and fat pasture, and Jacob and his sons and all their household dwelt in the valley of Hebron. And it was in those days, in that year, being the 106th year of the life of Yaakov, in the 10th year of Yaakov's coming from Padan Haram, that Leah, his wife of Yaakov, died. And she was 51 years old when she died in Hebron. And Jacob and his sons buried her in the cave of the field of Machpelah, which is in Hebron, which Abraham had bought from the children of Heth for the possession of a burial place. And the sons of Yaakov dwelt with their father in the valley of Hebron. And all the inhabitants of the land knew their strength, and their fame went throughout the land. And Joseph the son of Yaakov and his brother Benjamin, the sons of Rachel, the wife of Yaakov, were yet young in those days, and did not go out with their brethren during the battles in all the cities of the Amorites. And when Joseph saw the strength of his brethren and their greatness, he praised them and extolled them. But he ranked himself greater than them, and extolled himself above them. And Yaakov, his father, also loved him more than any of his sons. For he was a son of his old age, and through his love toward him, he made him a coat of many colors. And when Joseph saw that his father loved him more than his brethren, he continued to exalt himself above his brethren. And he brought unto his father evil reports concerning them. And the sons of Yaakov, seeing the whole of Joseph's conduct toward them, and their father loved him more than any of them, they hated him, and could not speak peaceably to him all the days. And Joseph was 17 years old, and he was still magnifying himself above his brethren, and thought of raising himself above them. At that time he dreamed a dream, and he came unto his brothers and told them his dream. And he said unto them, I dreamed a dream, and behold, we were all binding sheaves in the field, and my sheaf rose and placed itself upon the ground, and your sheaves surrounded it and bowed down to it. And his brethren answered him and said unto him, What means this dream? What you did dream? What is that? What is that? Did you imagine in your heart to reign and rule over us? And he still came and told his thing to his father Yaakov. And Yaakov kissed Joseph when he heard these words from his mouth. And Yaakov blessed Joseph. And when the sons of Yaakov saw that their father had blessed Joseph and had kissed him, and that he loved him exceedingly, they became jealous of him and hated him the more. And after this Joseph dreamed another dream, and related the dream to his father in the presence of his brethren. And Joseph said unto his father and brethren, Behold, I have again dreamed a dream, and behold, the sun and the moon and the 11 stars bowed down to me. And his father heard the words of Joseph and his dream, and seeing that his brethren hated Joseph on account of this matter, Yaakov therefore rebuked Joseph before his brethren on account of this thing, saying, What means this dream which you have dreamed, and this magnifying yourself before your brethren who are older than you? Do you imagine in your heart that I and your mother and your 11 brothers will come and bow down to you, that you speak these things? And his brethren were jealous of him on account of the words and dreams, and they continued to hate him. And Yaakov reserved the dream in his heart. And the sons of Yaakov went one day to feed their father's flock in Shechem, for they were still herdsmen in those days. And while the sons of Yaakov were that day feeding in Shechem, they delayed, and the time of gathering in the cattle was past, and they had not arrived. And Yaakov saw that his sons were delayed in Shechem. And Yaakov said within himself, Perhaps the people of Shechem have risen up to fight against them. Therefore they have delayed coming this day. And Yaakov called Joseph his son, and said, commanding him, right? Behold, your brethren are feeding in Shechem this day, and behold, they have not yet come back. Go now, therefore, and see where they are, and bring me back word concerning the welfare of your brethren, and the welfare of the flock. And Yaakov sent his son Joseph to the valley of Hebron, and Joseph came for his brothers to Shechem, and could not find them. And Joseph went out about the field which was near Shechem, to see where his brethren had turned. And he missed his road in the wilderness, and knew not which way he should go. And an angel of the Most High found him wandering in the road toward the field. And Joseph said unto the angel of the Most High, I seek my brethren. Have you heard where they are feeding? And the angel of the Most High said unto Joseph, I saw your brethren feeding here, and I heard them say they would go to feed in Doesan. And Joseph hearkened to the voice of the angel of the Most High, and he went to his brethren in Doesan, and he found them in Doesan feeding the flock. And Joseph advanced to his brethren, and before he had come nigh unto them, they had resolved to slay him. And Simeon said to his brethren, Behold, the man of dreams is coming unto us this day, and now therefore come and let us kill him, and cast him into one of these pits that are in the wilderness. And when his father will seek him from us, we will say, An evil beast has devoured him. And Reuben heard the words of his brethren concerning Joseph, and he said unto them, You should not do this thing, for how can we look up to our father Yaakov? Cast him into this pit, to die there, but stretch not out a hand upon him to spill his blood. And Reuben said this in order to deliver him from their hand, to bring him back to his father. And when Joseph came to his brethren, he sat before them, and they rose up against him. They rose up upon him, and seized him, and smote him to the earth, and stripped the coat of many colors which he had on. And they took him and cast him into a pit, and in the pit there was no water but serpents and scorpions. And Joseph was afraid of the serpents and scorpions that were in the pit. And Joseph cried out with a loud voice, and the Most High hid the serpents and the scorpions in the sides of the pit, and they did no harm unto Joseph. And Joseph called out from the pit to his brethren, and said unto them, What have I done unto you, and in what have I sinned? Why do you not fear the Most High concerning me? Am I not of your bones and flesh? And is not Yaakov your father my father? Why do you do this thing unto me this day? And how will you be able to look up to your father Yaakov? And he continued to cry out and call unto his brethren from the pit. And he said, O Judah, Simeon, and Levi, my brethren, lift me up from the place of darkness in which you have placed me. And come this day to have compassion on me, you children of the Lord, you children of the Most High, and sons of Yaakov my father. And if I have sinned unto you, are you not the sons of Abraham, Isaac, and Yaakov? If they saw an orphan, they had compassion over him. Or one that was hungry, they gave him bread to eat. Or one that was thirsty, they gave him water to drink. Or one that was naked, they covered him with garments. And how then will you withhold your pity from your brother? For I am of your flesh and bones. And if I have sinned unto you, surely you will do this on account of my father. And Joseph spoke these words from the pit, and his brethren could not listen to him, nor incline their ears to the words of Joseph. And Joseph was crying and weeping in the pit. And Joseph said, Oh, that my father knew this day the act which my brothers have done unto me, and the words which they have said this day spoken unto me. And all his brethren heard his cries and weeping in the pit, and his brethren went and removed themselves from the pit, so that they might not hear the cries of Joseph and his weeping in the pit. And that's the end of chapter 41. All right, it's in chapter 41. Hallelujah. All right, should we continue and get 42? What do you think? Let's see. Why not? Let's do it. Chapter 42, and it reads, And they went and sat on the opposite side about the distance of a bow shot, and they sat there to eat bread. And while they were eating, they held counsel together what was to be done with him, whether to slay him or bring him back to his father. They were holding the counsel when they lifted up their eyes and saw, and behold, there was a company of Ishmaelites coming at a distance by the road of Gilead, going down to Mizraim. And Judah said unto them, What gain will it be to us if we slay our brother? Perhaps Yahawah will require him from us. This is the counsel proposed concerning him, which you will do unto him. Behold, this company of Ishmaelites going down to Mizraim. Now therefore, come, let us dispose of him to them, and let not our hand be upon him, and they will lead him along with them. And he will be lost among the people of the land, and we will not put him to death with our own hands. And the proposal pleased his brethren, and they did according to the word of Judah. And while they were discoursing about this matter, and before the company of Ishmaelites had come up to them, 7 trading men of Midian passed by them. And as they passed, they were thirsty, and they lifted up their eyes and saw the pit in which Joseph was immured. And they looked, and behold, every species of bird was upon him. And these Midianites ran to the pit to drink water, and for they thought that it contained water. And on coming before the pit, they heard the voice of Joseph crying and weeping in the pit. And they looked down into the pit, and they saw, and behold, there was a youth of comely appearance and well favored. And they called unto him and said, Who are you? And who brought you here? And who placed you in this pit in the wilderness? And they all assisted to raise up Joseph, and they drew him out, and brought him up from the pit. And they took him, and went away on their journey, and passed by his brethren. And these said unto them, Why do you do this, to take our servant from us, and to go away? Surely we placed this youth in the pit because he rebelled against us. And you come and bring him up, and lead him away. Now then give us back our servant. And the Midianites answered and said unto the sons of Jacob, Is this your servant, or does this man attend you? Perhaps you are all his servants, for he is more comely and well favored than any of you. And why do you all speak falsely unto us? Now therefore, we will not listen to your words, nor attend to you, right? For we found the youth in the pit, in the wilderness, and we took him. We will therefore go on. And all the sons of Yaakov approached them, and rose up to them, and said unto them, Give us back our servant, and why will you all die by the edge of the sword? And the Midianites cried out against them, and they drew their swords, and approached to fight with the sons of Yaakov. And behold, Simeon rose up from his seat against them, and sprang upon the ground, and drew his sword, and approached the Midianites. And he gave a terrible shout before them, so that his shouting was heard at a distance. And the earth shook at Simeon's shouting, and the earth shook at his shouting. And the Midianites were terrified on account of Simeon, and the noise of his shouting. And they fell upon their faces, and were excessively alarmed. And Simeon said unto them, Verily I am Simeon, the son of Yaakov the Hebrew, who have only with my brother destroyed the city of Shechem, and the cities of the Amorites. So will Yahawah moreover do unto me, that if all your brethren, the people of Midian, and also the kings of Canaan, were to come with you, they could not fight against me. Now therefore, give us back the youth whom you have taken, lest I give your flesh to the birds of the skies and the beasts of the earth. And the Midianites were more afraid of Simeon, and they approached the sons of Yaakov with terror and fright, and with pathetic words, saying, Surely you have said that the young man is your servant, and that he rebelled against you, and therefore you placed him in the pit. What then will you do with the servant whom rebels against his master? Now therefore sell him unto us, and we will give you all that you require for him. And the Most High was pleased, right? And the Most High was pleased to do this in order that the sons of Yaakov should not slay their brother. And the Midianites saw that Joseph was a comely appearance and well favored. They desired him in their hearts, and were urgent to purchase him from his brethren. And the sons of Yaakov hearkened to the Midianites, and they sold their brother Joseph to them for 20 pieces of silver. And Reuben their brother was not with them. And the Midianites took Joseph, and continued their journey to Gilead. They were going along the road, and the Midianites repented of what they had done, in having purchased the young man. And one said to the other, What is this thing that we have done, in taking this youth from the Hebrews, who is of comely appearance and well favored? Perhaps this youth is stolen from the land of the Hebrews, and why then have we done this thing? And if he should be sought for and found in our lands, we will die through him. Now surely hardy and powerful men have sold him unto us, the strength of one of whom you saw this day. Perhaps they stole him from his land with their might and with their powerful arm, and have therefore sold him to us for a small value, which we gave unto them. And while they were thus discoursing together, they looked, and behold, the company of Ishmaelites, which was coming at first, and which the sons of Yaakov saw, was advancing toward the Midianites. And the Midianites said to each other, Come, let us sell the youth to the company of Ishmaelites, who are coming toward us, and we will take for him the little that we gave for him, and we will be delivered from his evil. And they did so, and they reached the Ishmaelites, and the Midianites sold Joseph to the Ishmaelites for 20 pieces of silver, which they had given for him to his brethren. And the Midianites went on their road to Gilead, and the Ishmaelites took Joseph, and they let him ride upon one of the camels, and they were leading him to Mizraim. And Joseph heard that the Ishmaelites were proceeding to Mizraim, and Joseph lamented and wept at this thing, that he was to be so far removed from the land of Canaan, from his father, and he wept bitterly, while he was riding upon the camel. And one of their men observed him, and made him go down from the camel and walk on foot. And notwithstanding this, Joseph continued to cry and weep, and he said, O my father, my father. And one of the Ishmaelites rose up and smote Joseph upon the cheek, and Still, he continued to weep. And Joseph was fatigued in the road, and he was unable to proceed on account of the bitterness of his soul. And they all smote him and afflicted him in the road, and they terrified him, in order that he might cease from weeping. And the Most High saw the ambition of Joseph and his trouble, and the Most High brought down upon those men darkness and confusion, and the hand of everyone that had smote him became withered. And they said to each other, What is this thing that Yahawah has done to us in the road? And they knew not that this befell them on account of Joseph. And the men proceeded on the road, and they passed along the road of Ephrath, where Rachel was buried. And Joseph reached his mother's grave. And Joseph hastened and ran to his mother's grave, and fell upon the grave, and wept. And Joseph cried aloud upon his mother's grave, and he said, O my mother, O you, who did give me birth, awake now, and rise, and see your son, how he has been sold for a slave, and no one to pity him. O rise and see your son. Weep with me on account of my troubles, and see the heart of my brethren. Arouse my mother, arouse, awake from your sleep for me, and direct your battles against my brethren. Oh, how have they stripped me of my coat, and sold me already twice for a slave, and separated me from my father, and there is no one to pity me. Arouse and lay your cause against them before Yahawah, and see whom Yahawah will justify in the judgment, and whom he will condemn. Rise, O my mother, rise, awake from your sleep, and see my father how his soul is with me this day, and comfort him and ease his heart. And Joseph continued to speak these words, and Joseph cried aloud, and wept bitterly upon his mother's grave. And he ceased speaking and from bitterness of heart he became still as a stone upon the grave. And Joseph heard a voice speaking to him from beneath the ground, which answered him with bitterness of heart, and with a voice of weeping and praying in these words, My son Joseph, I have heard the voice of your weeping, and the voice of your lamentation. I have seen your tears, I know your troubles, my son, and it grieves me for your sake. And abundant grief is added to my grief. Now therefore, my son Joseph, my son, hope in the Most High, and wait for him, to do not fear, for the Most High is with you. He will deliver you from all trouble. Rise, my son, go down into Mizraim with your masters, and do not fear, for the Most High is with you, my son. And she continued to speak like unto these words unto Joseph, and she was still. And Joseph heard this, and he wondered greatly at this, and he continued to weep. And after this, one of the Ishmaelites observed him crying and weeping upon the grave, and his anger was kindled against him. And he drove him from there, and he smote him and cursed him. And Joseph said unto the men, May I find grace in your sight to take me back to my father's house, and he will give you abundance of riches. Verse 43, And they answered him, saying, Are you not a slave? And where is your father? And if you had a father, you would not already twice have been sold for a slave for so little value. And their anger was still roused against him, and they continued to smite him and to chastise him. And Joseph wept bitterly. And the Most High saw Joseph's affliction, and the Most High again smote these men and chastised them. And the Most High caused darkness to envelop them upon the earth, and the lightning flashed, and the thunder roared, and the earth shook at the voice of the thunder, and of the mighty wind. And the men were terrified, and knew not where they should go. And the beast and the camel stood still, and they led them. But they would not go. They smote them, and they crouched upon the ground. And the men said to each other, What is this that Yahawah has done to us? What are our transgressions, and what are our sins, that this thing has befallen us? And one of them answered and said unto him, Perhaps on account of the sin of afflicting the slave has this thing happened this day to us. Now therefore implore him strongly to forgive us, and then we will know on whose account this evil befalls us. And if Yahawah will have compassion over us, then we will know that all this comes to us on account of the sin of afflicting the slave. And the men did so, and they supplicated Joseph, and pressed him to forgive them. And they said, We have sinned to the Most High and to you. Now therefore graciously request of your Elohim that he will put away this death from among us, for we have sinned to him. And Joseph did according to their words, and the Most High hearkened to Joseph, and the Most High put away the plague which had inflicted upon those men on account of Joseph. And the beast rose up from the ground, and they conducted them, and they went on. And the raging storm abated, and the earth became tranquilized. And the men proceeded on their journey to go down to Mizraim. And the men knew that this evil had befallen them on account of Joseph. And they said to each other, Behold, we know that it was on account of his affliction that this evil befell us. Now therefore, why will we bring this death upon our souls? Let us hold counsel what to do to this slave. And one answered and said, Surely he told us to bring him back to his father. Now therefore, come, let us take him back, and we will go to this place that he will tell us, and take from his family the price that we gave for him, and we will then go away. And one answered again and said, Behold, this counsel is very good, but we cannot do so, for the way is very far from us, and we cannot go out of our road. And one more answered and said unto them, This is the counsel to be adopted. We will not swerve from it. Behold, we are this day going to Mizraim, and when we will have come to Mizraim, we will sell him there at a high price, and we will be delivered from this evil. And this thing pleased the men, and they did so. And they continued their journey to Mizraim with Joseph. That's the end of chapter 42, and we're going to close that one out there. All right, that's enough for that one. All right, hallelujah. Thanks for the ride. Thanks for riding along with me, Kingdom Builders, Road Trippers. In the meantime and between time, shalom, shalom. Peace and blessings to each and every single one of y'all. All right. I'll see y'all soon. Be safe out there. All praises to the Most High. All praises to Yahawah. I love you. Yeah.